Have you ever thought about buying a pet online, maybe from a place like Craigslist? It seems convenient and sometimes you can find a great deal, but a story from Judge Judy's courtroom shows just how risky it can be. Let's break down this case and see what we can all learn from it. The story starts with a man named Mr. Leitner. He saw an ad on Craigslist for a puppy. The seller was asking for $400, but offered him a deal. If he bought the puppy that same day, he could have it for just $300. Mr. Leitner, wanting to save $100, jumped at the offer. He didn't ask why she was in such a hurry to sell, a question that, in hindsight, might have saved him a lot of trouble. The seller told him she got the puppy from a breeder friend when it was 6 weeks old. By the time Mr. Leitner bought it, the puppy was 9 weeks old, so the seller had owned the puppy for about 3 weeks. When Judge Judy asked why she was selling it, the seller explained that her older boxer wasn't getting along with the new puppy. She said the boxer kept nipping at it and she felt it just wasn't a good situation. This is a common reason people rehome pets. But there was more to this story. Mr. Leitner even mentioned that he noticed a small injury on the puppy, possibly a bite mark, which seemed to support the seller's story. So far, it sounds plausible, right? But here's where things get complicated. Mr. Leitner's lawsuit wasn't about a bite mark. His claim was that just a couple of days after he brought the puppy home, it got extremely sick. A trip to the vet confirmed the worst. The puppy had parvovirus, a highly contagious and often fatal disease, and it also had worms. Now, Mr. Leitner wanted his $300 back, plus the money for all the expensive vet bills. Judge Judy, as always, gets straight to the point. She asks him, "Show me the contract where she gives you a health guarantee." And this is the first major red flag for anyone buying a pet. Mr. Leitner didn't have a formal contract. All he had was a text message. He had asked the seller, "Is the puppy healthy?" And she had simply replied, "Yes, that's it," a one-word text message. Judge Judy points out how flimsy this is as a guarantee. This brings us to the second red flag, the meeting place. They didn't meet at the seller's home where he could see the puppy's living conditions. They met in a Walgreens parking lot on a Saturday night. Mr. Leitner admitted they let the puppy walk around for a few minutes but mostly just held it. He bought a living animal from a stranger in a parking lot based on a single text message. As Judge Judy bluntly put it, all of this was not smart in hindsight, right? Now let's look at the timeline. He bought the puppy on Saturday night. Judge Judy asked how the puppy was on Sunday. Mr. Leitner said the seller actually texted him to check in. He replied that the puppy was doing fine. He mentioned it cried in its crate, so they let it sleep in bed with them, and then it slept well. A classic new puppy owner move. But then Mr. Leitner corrected himself. He said the puppy actually did start showing some signs of being unwell on Sunday. Judge Judy pointed out that a new environment can be stressful for a puppy, which could explain some changes in behavior. He didn't take the puppy to the vet on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday. He finally took it on Wednesday. That means the puppy was in his care for 3 full days before seeing a doctor. Judge Judy found this puzzling. She said, "If you have a new puppy and if the new puppy doesn't appear to be okay, then you take the puppy right to the vet. That's what I would do." This delay is a critical point in the case. Another huge issue was the puppy's medical history or lack thereof. The seller had told Mr. Leitner the puppy had its first shots and was dewormed. When he asked for more details later, she admitted she had given the shots herself with supplies from Tractor Supply. She never gave him the breeder's contact information, and he never asked for it. Buying vaccines at a farm supply store and administering them yourself is not the same as getting them from a licensed veterinarian. A vet provides a full health check and an official record. Without that, you have no real proof of the puppy's health status. So let's recap the mistakes. First, buying a puppy from an unverified source, like Craigslist, without doing any background research. Second, falling for a too-good-to-be-true discount without asking why. Third, meeting in a random parking lot instead of seeing the puppy's home environment. Fourth, relying on a text message as a health guarantee instead of a formal written contract. And finally, not getting any verifiable vet records and not asking for the breeder's information. The core of the legal problem for Mr. Leitner is proving where the puppy got sick. Parvovirus has an incubation period of 3 to 7 days. Since the puppy was with him for several days before showing severe symptoms and going to the vet, the seller could argue that it contracted the virus while in his care. He took the puppy from a parking lot. Who knows where else it might have been exposed. To win the case, Mr. Leitner would have to prove that the puppy was already sick when he bought it, without a vet checkup at the time of purchase. That's almost impossible to do. This case is a powerful warning for anyone looking to bring a new pet into their life. It's so easy to get swept up in the excitement of a cute puppy face. But you have to be smart and protect yourself and your future pet. Always go through reputable breeders or rescue organizations. Always insist on seeing where the animal has been living. Always get a written contract with a health guarantee. And most importantly, get a complete medical history from a licensed veterinarian. A cheap price tag up front can lead to thousands of dollars in vet bills and a lot of heartbreak down the road. It's just not worth the risk. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give us a like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.